think I did it. Can you guys hear me? Put something in the chat, whoever's in the room, like a thumbs up or a hello or something if you can hear me. There's a crazy bit of light going on in the middle. So can you move your mat back toward the door? More. Oh, I'm not smart. I can do this too. Amy! How's it going? Feel like I haven't seen you in ages. And another Amy and Abby Butt Stuff M. Oh my gosh, Brandy, long time. Cool. I'm gonna move my mat here. Tell me if you guys can still hear me as I'm moving my mat around doing things. Okay. Kind of weird. Okay. You guys good? You guys can see everyone? Yeah. Oh, it's so good to see you too. I've gotten this big. All right, good. Like not too seriously loud, right? I was doing the mic check earlier and went back and I listened to myself and I was like, oh my gosh, that's really what I sound like. It's a little high pitched, a little bit higher pitched than it sounds like in my head. Hi, Kate. Yay. Miss all of you guys. Is that you on my brother's account, Anna? I'm not thinking that my brother does yoga, but maybe. I don't know. Cool. We'll give this another minute and then we'll go ahead and get started. Scott. So whenever I think of Scott, I think of his of your not vodka bottle, and nobody will know today if it's not water. Cool, this is so exciting. A lot of you guys don't know this, but I am terrible at technology, so I've had a little bit of help trying to figure all of this stuff out. All right. Cool. Oops. Black and crisp. You guys want him to move up now, maybe? Yeah. No, here, I'll do this. Woo. Okay. There, that's better. All right. Oh, sorry for that shot of my butt there. That was a product of taking a lot of different bars and a lot of different sculpts lately. Okay, let's see if I can put this. Where should I put this? This somewhere over here. Okay. What do you think? Are you guys all set up? I can really only tell if you're paying attention to me at all via the chat, and I'm sure there's a lag there too. So yeah, just let me know if you can't hear me or if you can't see something or whatever you got. So blocks are helpful in this practice. And also, if you don't have blocks at home, you can use books, you can use your water bottle. Nobody uses encyclopedias anymore, so maybe you can grab a couple of encyclopedias. It's been replaced by Alexas and Googles. So yeah, grab a couple of encyclopedias and let's get rocking. Well, if you guys don't know me, I am Anne, and I have with me Chris.
Hello.
And welcome to Power 2. You guys are more than welcome to introduce yourselves to each other via the chat, seeing as how we can't be together. But yeah, super, super happy that you guys are joining me today. It's been super weird times, yeah? This body has changed quite a bit, yeah? So it's not all, if you haven't seen me in a while, I know Amy, you haven't seen me in a while, Brandy, you haven't seen me in a while. It's not all pandemic snacking. It's mostly baby, and then probably a layer of pandemic snacking, mostly Oreos. So this cat, I think, is very, very relatable to a lot of us right now because it's eating both a pizza and a taco. And in these times, if this were me, this would probably be a glass of almond milk and 9 Oreos. So it is very, very weird times before you start judging me and before you start thinking about how many servings that is. It's a very weird time for all of us. And I think in these times, it can be helpful to understand the fact that we're all going through these very strange times. And there's a little bit of unease going around, and there's a little bit of uncertainty. And in those times, I think it's super, super important to remind yourself that you can allow yourself grace. You can allow yourself 9 Oreos. And maybe grace for you doesn't look like 9 Oreos, but it probably looks like something else. Maybe it's sleeping in a little bit later. Maybe it's taking naps. Maybe it's binge watching, what is it, Tiger King? That new thing with the woman who had her tiger eat the husband or something like that. But in these times, it's okay to give yourself a little bit of grace. We can practice this on our mat as well. Those opportunities that we have when it's tough, when we're under a lot of stress, when we're super, super hard on ourselves, I want you to take those times and I want you to allow yourself those 9 Oreo moments. You guys think you can do that? Yay! All right, let's find child's pose. And with your child's pose, if you do have blocks, I'd like you to place your blocks underneath your elbows with your palms in Anjali Mudra at the nape of your neck. Otherwise, you can outstretch them and place the blocks underneath your arms. I do have the playlist that I put in the comments in the beginning, or in the chat in the beginning, so you can always press play on my playlist now-ish, or you can do your own playlist. It does help to have music. My playlists don't ever have words in them, so it's just a little background noise. But here in your child's pose, I want you with your big toes in, your knees out, sink your hips back toward your heels. Take this moment here, come into this space. Let it be a space where you can still the body, you can still the mind, and especially those thoughts where maybe you might not feel like you're doing enough or being enough. As I was searching for the end of the internet one of these days, I came across something that said, if you don't come out of the quarantine with a new skill, your side hustle, or more knowledge, and the end of it had been crossed out, where it said you didn't lack time, you lacked discipline. Instead, it said, you're doing just fine. We're going through a collective traumatic experience. Not everyone has the privilege of turning a pandemic into something fun or productive. And I totally resonate with that, because we're all in this state of loss, whether it be loss of routine or the familiar or activities you enjoy. Maybe it's your income or your sense of safety and security. How we navigate those waters is different, just as our practice. Each one of us is different. And in this practice, I invite you to allow grace. This is a change, definitely, from a studio setting. There's changes here within your body and your mind. Accept those moments, those 9 Oreo moments, those moments of grace, with the understanding that you're doing just fine, just as you are. Take a breath in through your nose. Sigh it all out. Breathe in, fill up. Empty it out. If it feels right to you, seal your lips, inhale in through your nose. Keep your lips sealed, breath out through your nose. Breathe body into this breath. Constrict the back of your throat to allow this breath to build heat. Obviously, in a power 2, we look to have a 100-degree room, but you'll have to make do with the heat that you create. A little bit of grace. Stay for another breath in. Empty it all out. Inhale, tabletop pose. Breathe. Rise onto your palms and begin to move. Whatever movements here that serve you, whether it be cats and cows or barrel rolls, C shapes. You can sway your hips side to side, roll out through your wrists if you'd like. Carry your breath to the spaces of tension. Begin to become familiar with this body. Whatever you do to one side, work it out on the other side. When you're ready, neutralize your spine, tuck your toes under, lifted table, breathe. Take your knees just a couple of inches off of your mat. Spread through your hands to press your mat away from you as you dome out through your upper back. Exhale. Inhale, high plank, breathe. This is a place to build heat, to build fire. Energize through your quads to send your hamstrings up and back. Find a long line of energy all the way from your heels out through the crown of your head. And even though it is very, very early on, remind yourself that perhaps this is a 9 Oreos moment and you dropped your knees and find a little bit of support. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Everything lands at once. Untuck your toes, prepare for low cobra. Inhale, low cobra. Breathe. Use the press of the tops of your feet into your mat to fire your quadriceps, so much so that this lifts your kneecaps off of your mat. Bring the work into your low back. The strength of your low back is what lifts your chest. Stay for your breath in. Breath out, slowly lower down onto your mat. Roll onto your right side. We'll take a quad stretch here. Bend into your left leg. Backstroke to capture either your shin or your ankle or your foot. Soften through your glutes as you press your heart forward. Take a breath in. Breath out, gently release. Come back onto your belly. So the second pass through is locust pose. Bring your arms to your sides, or you can find a bind behind your low back. Root the fronts of your hips down into your as-is bones. Exhale. With your breath in, everything else lifts. Breathe. Draw your shoulder blades together behind you. Let them cradle your heart and lift up from underneath. Keep your gaze low to take the wrinkles out of your neck. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, release down back to your mat. Roll onto your left side. Quad stretch on this side. Bend into your right knee. Capture whatever's accessible. If nothing's accessible, it doesn't matter. I can't see it, right? Breathe in. Breathe out, gently release. Come back onto your belly. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, tabletop or high plank. It's always your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. You can find some movement here if you'd like. Cuddle out through your feet or sway through your head, your neck, your shoulders. You can always shimmy your hips side to side. Depending on your mat, sometimes your first down dog is a little bit slippery. So grip into the mat with the pads of your fingers. Like as if you had the last roll of toilet paper in the grocery store. There were a bunch of eyes on you trying to snatch it from you. Rotate your biceps away from your ears externally as you draw your shoulders back toward your hips. Hug your low belly up and in. Take a breath in. And let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, bend, twist open. Breathe. Find some movement into your right hip, whether it's big circles or small circles, one direction or the other direction. Get some fluid going. Inhale, extend your right leg long. Exhale, runner's lunge. Breathe. Step to the outside of your right hand. It is very early on in your practice. So maybe your 9 Oreos moment lives here, this place of grace where you allow yourself to drop your back knee down. For me in my runner's lunge, I like to sway side to side, get a little bit of something, something in my outer hips. If your back knee's down now, is the time to lift it up. Tuck your left toes under, engage through your back leg. Take a breath in. Breath out, ragdoll pose. Breathe. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Give your knees a nice generous bend here to allow your torso to drape over your thighs. You can always capture opposite hand to opposite bicep. But let this be a place that allows you to find physical body and meet it with mental body. A place that allows you to not only release through your head, your neck, your shoulders, but also release through any things, any thoughts that don't serve you within this space. A lot of times the thoughts that go through your mind are kind of mean. You should be doing this, you should be doing that. If you keep saying all of these shoulds, you should all over yourself. That's a Kirkism. I got that out of Kirk's class one time. Rather, can you allow it to be a place of grace? A place where you can enjoy your 9 Oreos and your almond milk. Release your hands down. Bring your feet into touch or keep them hip distance if you'd like. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten your back. Create length through the top of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Let your head go. Inhale, mountain pose. Tadasana, rise all the way up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Breathe. Keep the root in your foundation. Give yourself somewhere to stretch from. Rise up and out of your waist. Chris is too tall, so you can't see his arms even. Here we go. Exhale. Inhale, rise back to center. Exhale, take it left. Breathe. As you find the length from your foundation up through your right side, notice if you've lost your neck. Draw your shoulders down your back. Maintain the length. Exhale. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, forward fold, lengthen out of your waist, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, step your left foot back, release your left knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Breathe. This is a posture where your right knee can go over your right ankle as it's not load bearing, but do be mindful of too much sensation. Create lift up and out of your waist. An arm variation here that serves you. Chris brings his hands to his front knee. You can also lift them up. You can find a bind behind your back. Inhale. Exhale, half split. Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathe. Wiggle your right heel forward. Flex your toes back toward your shin. Stay engaged through your right quadricep, which then allows space in the back of your leg, your hamstrings. Draw your heart forward, create length. Exhale. Inhale, crawl forward. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes under. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank. Step your right foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Hinge forward, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift from your low belly. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, bend, twist open. Circles here, fluid. One direction, other direction. Stay firm through your fingertips. Remember, you're holding the TP right here. Inhale, extend your left leg. Exhale, runner's lunge. Breathe. Take a ginormous step forward to the outside of your left hand. Whatever movement you need here. Your back knees down. Lift it up as you tuck your right toes under. Come onto your palms. Take a breath in. Breath out, Malasana this time. Step to the outside of your right hand and then sink your hips in between your heels. Again, maybe your 9 Oreos here is that you sit on blocks to allow length out of your waist. Press your triceps into your inner thighs. Soften your shoulders down your back. Lift your heart into your thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Send your hips to the sky. Clean up your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, mountain pose, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, mini back bend, lift out of your waist. Inhale, mountain pose, reach tall. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back. Release your right knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Breathe. Press your left heel down. Isometrically drag it back toward your right knee to find a little bit more sensation, a little bit more lift as you engage through your pelvic floor, your Mula Bandha. Notice the sensations as they come and go. Breathe in. Breathe out, half split. Breathe. Draw your left heel forward. And a little bit of softness through your left knee rather than lock out your left knee. Draw your heart forward as you shift your shoulders back. Exhale. Inhale, crawl forward, plant your hands, tuck your back toes under. Exhale, low lunge, engage your back leg. Inhale, high plank. Pick your left foot up, step it back. Exhale, chaturanga if you'd like. Elbows in at your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, make your way to the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift, kiss your shoulder blades together. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Breathe. Steady the weight into your heels. Send your upper shin bones to the back of the room, so much so that your knees join with it. If you were to peek down, you could see your toes. Magnetize your inner thighs toward each other. Keep the integrity of your lower half. Inhale. Exhale, airplane your arms back. Breathe. Dial your pinkies in toward each other to press your heart forward as you draw your shoulder blades back. You always have the option to come onto your tiptoes. I feel like Amy S., this is what you always do, is come onto your tiptoes. But perhaps your 9 Oreos moments tells you to stay grounded. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain, lift your left leg up. Breathe. Press your right foot down to find lift out of your right hip. Find 90-degree bends from your hips to your knees to your ankles. Suck your low belly up and in to bring your shoulders over your hips rather than lean back. Inhale. Exhale, dancer pose, Nadarajasana. Breathe. Take your left heel back, backstroke your left hand. Capture whatever is accessible to you back there. Kick into your hand to start the counterbalance. It helps to take your gaze to something that's not moving. Mindful of the slingshot. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain, left knee lifts. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. You can always lift to your tiptoes if you'd like. Other side, inhale, lift your right knee up. Single leg mountain, breathe. Stay engaged through your toes. When your toes are engaged, your entire right leg is light because it's tight. Find a strong mountain pose in your upper body, but softness through your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, dancer pose. Breathe. Send your right heel back. Soften through your right elbow rather than lock out your right elbow. Press your heart forward. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, chair, airplane arms, plant your foot down. Breathe in, chair pose. Breathe out, low chair. Sink your hips just a little bit lower. Inhale. Exhale, low chair. One more breath in. Breath out, send your butt all the way down to your mat. Maddie, if you're looking, that's taken from your sculpt class. Boat pose. Navasana. Your heels can be lifted or lower. The important part is that your back is straight and your chest is lifted. You can always bring your arms out to your sides, or you can place them behind your legs. Breathe into your strength. Inhale. Exhale, release all the way down to your back. Eagle crunches. Bring your left leg up and over your right leg. Bring your left arm underneath and on the inside of your right arm. You can always give yourself a bear hug up top. You can always figure four down below. With your breath in, find length. Breath out, elbow to knee, come in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. You're off on your own here. Marry your breath to your movement. I know that this is one of Chris's least favorite activities here, eagle crunches. I'm sure that's true for many of you guys. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a long body stretch or hug your knees into your chest, whichever feels better. We've got more on the other side. Bring your right leg up and over your left leg. Right arm underneath and on the inside of your left arm. Same options here. As you're ready, extend with your breath in. Exhale, contract. Inhale out. Exhale in. You got this. Stay with your breath. Let it carry you. Maybe here at home you're having a 9 Oreos moment and you're skipping these altogether, which, more power to you. It's just gonna bite you in the butt when you actually come back into my class and it's a 99-degree room and there's a lot of sweat and I'm gonna make you do these again. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, long body stretch or hug your knees into your chest. Here's a virtual high five for you guys. Set up for half happy baby. From the inside of your right leg, capture whatever is accessible to you. It could be your shin, your ankle, the outstep of your foot. Now with your left leg, bring it to a hover. Almost as if you were to kick forward with your left heel. Now see if you can extend your right leg up and in, out. There we go. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's take it to the other side. Half happy baby. And the inside of your left leg, fish for something that you can hang on to. Work into your core as you send your right leg to a hover. Kick strong with your right heel. How's your jaw? Is there a lot of tension going on? Bend, stretch, move, whatever it is you need. Inhale. Exhale, gently release. Plant the soles of your feet down right up against your glutes. Bring your arms to your side, set up for bridge pose. Exhale into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. Breathe. Sit to Bandhasana is more about length than it is about height. Press your shins forward this time. While your glutes are engaged, they're not clenched here. They're not a prison wallet. That's what I said the other day. That's courtesy of the Sage Deadpool, by the way. Take a breath in. Breath out, slowly release your upper back, middle back, low back. Windshield like route your knees side to side, release any tension in your low back. Gather your knees into your chest. Find some gentle rocks. Forward and back, forward and back. With enough momentum, rock back onto your feet, into your chair. If you totally missed, I couldn't see it. I think it was very graceful. Take a breath in. Breath out, forward fold. Let your head go. Inhale, halfway lift, don't hate me. Exhale, crow pose. Bakasana, breathe. Plant your hands. Make a connection of your triceps and your inner thighs and your knees. Stick your gaze out in front of you. You have the option of stepping back into a downward facing dog, or you can try a crow to chaturanga jump back. Just remind yourself to jump back with bent arms as in a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog if you want. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Take a breath in. Let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, bring your knee to your upper right arm. Inhale, take your right leg back. Exhale, low lunge. Step through between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Breathe. Stack your right knee directly over your right ankle. Bring your back heel over the ball of your back foot. Land your legs on separate tracks. This helps with the balance. Inhale. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Breathe. Keep your lower half the way it was. Nice and strong. Let the twist live in the midsection of your upper body as you draw your shoulder blades back toward each other. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain, look forward and then lift. Exhale, standing split. Breathe. For many of us, this is more of a standing 45 to 60 degree angle with your left leg, unless you're Rachel B. Hi, Rachel. I saw that you sent a message. Whose legs obviously don't follow the laws of gravity. Kick back strong with your left heel, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Tap your left foot down. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe. Bring your back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat, or perhaps there's a slight pigeon toe inward. Keep your right knee directly over your right ankle as you point your right toes forward. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward and then open up. Breathe. You can always use the connection of your right arm into your inner thigh to create a little bit more space. Or perhaps here is a 9 Oreos moment where you allow yourself to press into a block, which then creates the depth for you. Open through your chest, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe. Stay committed to your lunge, right knee over your right ankle. Send the reach from your right hip crease all the way up through your right side. Keep energy through your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge, windmill down. Step your back foot in just slightly. Inhale, warrior one. Breathe. Stay with me here. We don't normally do a lot of power or of warrior ones and power at Power Life, but it feels really, really good sometimes when you haven't done something in a long time. Press into your back foot entirely. Keep your right knee over your right ankle. Shift your hips in line with each other. Now keep your lower half the way it is. Inhale. Exhale, find a bind behind your low back, or you can capture opposite wrist if you'd like. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, humble warrior. Breathe. Get what you need out of it here because we'll skip this in the flow. It's a little bit awkward to flow. You know what else is awkward is the sun that's being, it's nice. The sun feels good. Just didn't set up in the right spot. Exhale. Inhale, warrior one. Lift from your low belly, rise up. Exhale, chaturanga, touchdown. You know you can always hold high plank here if you'd like. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog from your low belly. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Exhale, upper left arm as high up as it'll go. Inhale, take your left leg back. Exhale, low lunge, hug up, step through. Inhale, crescent lunge, breathe. If you do have the tendency to grip at the mat with your toes, dig your left heel down even more. Fire into your pelvic floor to keep the lift. Soften through your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, vertical twist left. Breathe. Stay firm through your back leg. Draw your shoulder blades together behind you. Open through your chest. Stay energized through your left arm. Keep it in line with your right. Exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain. Look forward and rise. Exhale, standing split. Breathe. Your hands can come to your mat. They can come to blocks. You can challenge your balance and bring your hands to your left leg. If you fall, no big deal. That's perhaps a 9 Oreos moment as well. It's allowing yourself this grace. It's allowing yourself permission to fall. To not be so hard on yourself. Take a breath in. Breath out, low lunge, tap down. Inhale, warrior two. Breathe. Align your hips with each other as you lift out of your left hip just lightly, and then align your shoulders directly over your hips. Soften your shoulders down your back. You can gaze wherever you'd like, maybe longingly at the kitchen. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe. Keep the press of your right foot down. Notice how this creates a long line of energy all the way from your right foot out through the crown of your head. Keep your head up as an extension of your spine. Rotate your left lung underneath your right. Exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Breathe. As everything might feel like it's moving away from each other, can you still draw your legs in toward each other? Engage through your pelvic floor. One more breath in. Breath out, low lunge, windmill down. Step your right foot in slightly. Inhale, warrior one. Breathe. Chris does have the traditional warrior one where the heels are in alignment. For me, it takes a little bit more because my hips are a little bit wider to come into alignment, and I've put my legs on separate train tracks. Do what works for you. Keep your lower half where it is. Inhale. Exhale, find a bind behind your low back. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, humble warrior, bow down. Breathe. This is not a 9 Oreos moment here. Can you try to engage your low belly, engage your core to keep the lift? Exhale. Inhale, warrior one, rise up with authority. Exhale, chaturanga, gracefully drop down. You can always take this from your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew, that was a lot. Breathe. Come back into your body. Come back into your intention, your purpose for your practice. For a lot of us, we struggle with being too hard on ourselves. But grace can look like focusing on the one thing each day that you're proud of. Perhaps to combat the voice that tells you didn't do enough. Grace can look like just making it to your mat, even though you know you've got an inbox full of email. Grace can look like 9 Oreos, even though you know you should be health conscious. Grace is really just taking the time to just be instead of trying to overthink every single thing. So let's not overthink this. Take a breath in and let it go. We'll flow this once. Inhale, float your right leg up and back. Exhale to your upper right arm. Inhale, send your right leg back. Exhale, low lunge, step through between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Inhale, single leg mountain, rise up. Exhale, standing split, send your heel back. Breathe in, create length. Breathe out, low lunge, tap down. Inhale, warrior two, come up and open. Exhale, extended side angle, reach and tic tac. Inhale, reverse warrior, lengthen your right side. Exhale, chaturanga, just take it all the way down to your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, sail your left leg high. Breathe out, bring it to your upper left arm. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise. Exhale, vertical twist, take it left. Inhale, single leg mountain, look and leap. Exhale, standing split, send your right heel back. Breathe in. Breathe out, low lunge, tap down. Inhale, warrior two, rise up. Exhale, extended side angle, open. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga, windmill down. Your variation here. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. We add on. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale to your upper right arm. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Inhale, single leg mountain, rise up. Exhale, standing split, send your left heel back. Breathe in. Breathe out, low lunge, tap down. Inhale, warrior two. Pause here. Straighten through your right leg. Send your hips to the back as you reach forward. Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Breathe. Again, perhaps this is a 9 Oreos moment for you, and you use a block underneath your right hand. Press your right heel down. Find a little bit of softness through your right knee rather than lock out your right knee. Shift your right hip underneath your left to land yourself between a couple of panes of glass. Exhale. Inhale, star pose, rise up to center. Exhale, horse pose. Breathe. Bring your heels in, your toes out. Here, you can take some shoulder dips if you'd like. They feel really good. You can also sway side to side, send your hips down, almost to like a malasana if you'd like. Make your way back to your center. Exhale. Inhale, star pose, big and bright. Exhale, warrior two to your front. Inhale, half moon pose. Breathe. Ardha Chandrasana, launch onto your right leg. Keep your right toes directly forward as you send your left hip directly on top of your right. Kick back strong with your left heel. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Land nice and soft here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge to pyramid pose. Breathe. Step your left foot in just slightly. Straighten through your right leg. Chris has the option of using blocks to press into to allow more length out of his waist. Also one of my favorite options. Or perhaps for you, it's the encyclopedia books. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Exhale, chaturanga, your hands to your mat, elbows and at your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more side. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, upper left arm. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Breathe in, single leg mountain, rise up. Breathe out, standing split, right heel back. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge, tap down. Inhale, warrior two, open up, pause here. Mindfully straighten into your left leg. Send your hips back as you reach forward. Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose, Uttanasana. Breathe. Find strength in your lower half. Draw your legs in as you magnetize them toward each other. Keep the strength of your core, of your low belly. Open through your right hip. Send it directly on top of your left. Exhale. Inhale, star pose. Come to center. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Pasadena Head underneath your heart. Breathe there. Take a moment. Assess what it is that you need here. What it is that you want to do. You can always lock your hands behind your heels. You can find some side lunges. You can find binds on your big toes, your ankles, or behind your back. Maybe it's ragdoll arms to return to a place where physical body meets mental body. Assess your mental body. We need those moments of grace to be able to make our way through. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale, star pose, rise all the way up. Stay here if you're dizzy. Otherwise, exhale, warrior two to the front. Inhale, half moon pose. Breathe. Take a peek down at the ground to find your stability and then launch onto your left leg. Send your right hip directly on top of your left as you kick back strong with your right heel. Move your shoulder blades in toward each other. And if you fall, so what? Allow yourself those moments of grace. Allow yourself those moments of permission. Breathe in. Breathe out, warrior two, soft landing. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lengthen your left side. Exhale, low lunge to pyramid pose. Breathe, step your right foot in just slightly so that the entire sole of your right foot lands on your mat. Straighten through your left leg, but mindful that you maintain a little bit of softness rather than lock out your left leg. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your right foot up. Exhale, chaturanga if you like. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. Inhale, hinge forward, high plank. Exhale, tabletop to puppy pose. Drop down to your knees. Now keep tabletop in your lower half. Extend through your arms with your upper half. This is also called heart melting pose. So it's like tabletop in your lower half and then child's pose in your upper half. Allow the weight of gravity to sink your chest closer to your mat. Crawl forward onto your mat, all the way onto your belly. Set up for floor bow. Bend into one knee and then bend into the other knee. Make a connection of your upper half, your hands, with either your feet or your ankles, whatever is accessible to you back there. Press into your as is bones, and when you're ready, everything else lifts. In back bends, the important part here is that you keep length in your lower back. There's space between each vertebra of your lower back. Back bends, deep back bends, are more about openness through your chest than anything. Had enough? Take a breath in. Breath out, gently release your legs. Come back into tabletop. We'll do a thread the needle here. Press into your right hand. With your breath in, lift your left arm up. You can roll up for your wrist if you'd like. And with an exhalation, thread the needle, come underneath. Twists are counter postures to deep back bends. They help you neutralize your spine. When you're doing those hard things, when you're going through change, those moments where your heart might feel heavy, or when your mood feels flat, those are moments of grace. 9 Oreos moments. Bring your right hand back underneath your shoulder. With your breath in, press yourself up. You can roll out through your wrist if you'd like. Tabletop when you're ready. Take it to the other side. With your breath in, reach your right arm up, roll out. Breath out, thread the needle. Soften through your glutes. Allow for the gentle rinse, the gentle rotation of your spine. Rest your temple lightly on your mat. Those moments where you lose your temper, those moments where you're stressed. Those 9 Oreos moments, they're there for you when you're trying to make positive shifts, when you're trying to get it back together, because you know that you won't do it perfectly. None of us do. In grace, it looks different for everyone. But at the core of it is ease. It's this feeling that your whole body just exhales. Things don't feel quite as tightly wound as they were before. Give yourself those moments to give yourself a break. Bring your left hand back underneath your shoulder. Inhale, press yourself up. Tabletop when you're ready. If you guys need a towel off or a sip of water or whatever it is, I don't know, maybe you've just been sitting there the entire time. I joked about you guys just sitting on your mats drinking a martini. But whenever you're ready, let's move back into downward facing dog. You guys doing all right out there? I hope so. This one was kind of a tougher practice. Take a breath in and let it go. Fill up. Empty it out. Stay with your breath. Let it be fluid. You know, at some point, your package of Oreos, they run out, or you run out of laundry, or you run out of dishes. And then you have this shift from grace to getting after it. Whether that means tackling your home project or picking up a hobby or going back into a workout, doing those terrible egg rolls in the sculpt class that I took the other day. Or maybe it's just meditating, taking that time out. For me, my getting after it was rediscovering my love of written word, and I finished a couple of books in the last 3 weeks. When the motivation does hit to rise from grace to grit, ride with it. Take a breath in. Let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge, step through between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, change here. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, revolve, crescent lunge. Breathe. Hook your left tricep to the outside of your right leg. Work your palms into your heart space. You can always stay lifted on your back leg, or you can release. You can backstroke your right arm to capture your back leg. If you do so, press your heart forward, draw your shoulder blades back, find a little bit of lift in your upper half. Gently release your back leg if you do have it. Come back onto your palms, tuck your left toes under, engage through your back leg. Exhale. Inhale, three-legged dog. Send your right leg up and back. Exhale to your upper right arm. Breathe in, send your right leg back. Breathe out, upper right arm, number 2. Inhale, send your right leg back. Are you ready? Exhale, hurdler's pose. Like a Pada Konasana. Breathe. Nice. Take your right inner thigh, connect it with your right tricep. Keep your back leg nice and strong. This has got it. With a little bit of grace, if you give yourself a little bit of grace, you can always place a block underneath your forehead. I think I promised some of you guys a pregnant arm balance, so here you go. Extend forward. Find your chaturanga arms, and then lift your back leg. Once you've had enough of that, come back into your downward facing dog because you've got one more side, and then we'll cool it down. Take a breath in. How'd it go? Are you ready, Chris? Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Breathe in, hinge forward. Breathe out, revolve, crescent lunge outside of your left leg. Breathe. If you do stay lifted on your back leg, energize through your right quadricep to lift your right hip in line with your left. Allow your breath to work for you. With every inhalation, create the space, and with every exhalation, is there room for a deeper rinse? Beautiful. One more breath in. Breath out, runner's lunge. Breathe. Work your hands inside your left leg. Again, the option here is for a quad stretch. If you'd like to backstroke your left arm to capture your right leg. Sometimes you do need a little bit of motivation to find your grit. Grit lives in the perseverance of those on the front lines. Will to take the next step when you can't really see the whole staircase. To keep moving forward, knowing that others depend on you or look to you for inspiration. Believe that if you want something bad enough, you can work hard enough to have it. Gently release your back leg if you've got it. Come onto your palms, tuck your right toes under, engage through your back leg. Exhale. Inhale, three-legged dog. Send your left leg up and back. Exhale to your upper left arm. Yes. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, here's number 2, upper left arm. Breathe in, send it back. Breathe out, curler's pose. Breathe. It doesn't super matter you gaze. Chris gazes down. I think I like to gaze at my forward foot. And you'll always have one side that's a little bit wonkier than the other side. But that's what gets us over the hurdles in our life. It's this balance between giving yourself some grace and then taking it back into grit. Right? The momentum. How you guys doing? Are you guys ready to cool it down? Okay. Come back into your downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it go. One more, fill up and empty out. Drop down to your knees. Swing your legs out in front of you. We'll do a one-legged forward fold there. We'll skip the two-legged forward fold. Bring the right sole of your foot into the inside of your left leg. Drop your right knee down. With your breath in, find length, whether you reach up or ground down. And with your breath out, draw your chest forward toward your left toes. Gently bring your torso back up to vertical. Take your right leg up and over your left leg. Uttanasana. Bring your right hand back behind your hip. Take your left arm up and over to look, and then hook, and then twist over your right side. Stay lifted through your low belly. Draw your chest forward as you draw your shoulder blades back. Breath in. Breath out. Make your way back to your center. Bring your right foot back into your left inner thigh. Bring your right hand back behind you. With your breath in, find a modified side plank. Open up through your chest. Rise up. Lift your hips off of your mat. Take a breath in. Breath out. Release your hips back down to your mat. We'll take it to the other side here. Extend your right leg long. Bring your left foot in. Drop your left knee down. With your breath in, create length. Breath out, draw your chest forward. Bring your torso back up to vertical. Send your left leg up and over your right leg. Bring your left hand behind you. Your breath in, rise up with your right hand. Breath out, look, hook, and twist over to your left. Notice those moments where you force it. Everything in life is a balance. Those moments of ease and those moments of unease. Can you ride the wave between grit and grace? Breath in, breath out, come back to center. Bring the left sole of your foot back into the inside of your right leg. Bring your left hand behind you. With your breath in, lift your hips up, press into your left shin. Breath out, release your hips back down to your mat. You can come onto your back here if you'd like. We'll take a figure four. Cross your right ankle up and over your left leg. You can always thread the keyhole here for a deeper stretch. You can send your left leg up the wall. You can slide your right knee all the way across to align with your left for a whale tail if you'd like. Let it be yours. Gently release, work your way into a figure four stretch on the other side. Press your left ankle up and over your right leg. Find a variation that suits you for this side. While we always look to find balance, we know that our sides are different. Take whatever it is that you need on this side. Perhaps a little bit more into grace, maybe a little bit more into grit. But wherever you are, if you really want something, eventually you'll find a way. Sometimes it's not easy, sometimes it's not fun. But what really matters is if in the end it was worth it. Gently release. Take any last postures here that you need, whether it be happy baby's pose on the insides of your legs, capture whatever's accessible to you, shins, ankles, out steps of your feet, or maybe it's legs up the wall, something that allows you to feel whole, that your practice is whole. But let it be from a place, the knowledge that you are whole, just as you are. Gather your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Bring it all in. All that you are. All that you bring to your mat. All that you bring to your life, this life that graces so many others. Take it all in. And give it all back. Shavasana. Let it all go. Take up space. Close down your eyes or allow for a soft gaze. Feel the support of your mat underneath you. I'll take you out here in just a few. I'd like to allow your feel the movement spread to your wrists, your ankles. Gently rock your head from side to side. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. With your breath in, reach your arms up overhead. Find a long body stretch, fingertips to toes. With your breath out, bring your hands into your heart space. We'll end here on our backs. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to be it all. In times of struggle, understand that you're enough. You are exactly who and where you need to be within the spectrum of grace and grit. Allow this experience to help you gain a deeper understanding of you. Know that we're all on this journey together. So perhaps the struggle is one of learning collectively how to be better at being our authentic selves. The light, the love within me sees, honors, connects to the light, the love that burns so bright within each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me, for making it to your mats. We honor each other when we say namaste. Oh, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. If you're still hanging in there, looks like I've got an invader from Zim who came in, so that's fun. Andy R. You got to remind me what the R stands for, but if it's Andy Roddick, cool. Hi, Rachel. I hope you caught my shout out with the standing split and how legs are immune to gravity. But thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. I'll miss you too, Caitlin. Awesome. Kate. It's been so fun being with you guys. Hopefully I can, I'll catch you guys. Oh, Andy Richardson. Okay, fine. Not Andy Roddick. That's okay. Just as equally as fun. Cool. Yeah, so I will hopefully see you guys on one of these streams very soon. I think maybe it'll actually be one of like my Sunday normal class time streams. So catch you guys all soon, hopefully. And yeah, thanks. Bye, guys.